What's up with y'all? Welcome back to another reaction video. I'm Inde.
And I'm Ollie.
And today we got
The Darkest Moments in TV History 7.
Crazy, huh? 7. The darkest moments.
I don't even know.
In TV
all
history?
The previous ones we've seen already were crazy, so.
You gotta give it up to Nick, bruh. He gotta do all this research. And it's probably depressing.
It probably is, but at the same time, how did he be finding this stuff?
Probably Reddit.
It'd be stuff that like you've never heard of.
Listen, you do a deep dive on Reddit, you could get some real crazy shit.
That's true.
Especially them. He got to do a video on. The thing about that is, I don't know if it's real. Like you ever see those Reddit confessions where it's like crazy shit.
But like when he researches stuff, like he really breaks down like a whole timeline and everything.
He does a really good job. I wonder if there's other YouTubers like Nick that's really breaking videos down like this though. The darkest moments in TV history. Does anything come to mind though when you think of that? The darkest moments in TV history. Imagine seeing like I don't know if that was on TV when JFK got shot.
Oh, I don't know.
You ever seen the video of that?
I don't want to watch the video of that.
That shit crazy. That nigga hit, like, I'm gonna explain it to you. A piece of his head go flying. And his wife go grab it and tries to put it back on his head. She a real one for that, but that shit is crazy though. That shit is fucked. I know, huh? I don't know, cause like, you know, we not that old, so we don't really. Can y'all help us? Was that shit on TV? Was that live? Imagine watching that live though. If that shooting was on TV, you just watching it with your kids, like, it's the president. Boom! Your head go flying, crazy. But look, I hope y'all have been taking care of yourselves. You got anything to tell the peoples? Look at her, put her on the spot. Put her on the spot. Nah, I ain't gonna do you like that. What? Say something to her. Say something to them. They looking at you. Everything is on you right now.
I got fired. But I mean, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Yeah. That's all I can say.
It's good. It's all good, right? It's all good. But you know they're gonna be pressing us. You're fired. Videos should be coming quick.
No, it definitely is. I'm just been interviewing right now, so.
Yeah, we gonna be good there. Cause you know why? Cause we're gonna be rich off YouTube, so we gonna be straight. Let's get into the video. I hope all y'all is watching this is taking care of yourselves. Let's get into the video.
Old cars,
the river. Oh,
it's the perfect place for an accident.
What?
On the 29th of June, 2025, a group of teenagers ventured into the Miriam River in Bacabal, Brazil.
That shit looked like he got anacondas.
But after several minutes in the water, the group started to realize that one of its members, 13-year-old Raissa, was no longer beside them.
And
after calling out her name and searching the surrounding area,
they said a river in Brazil. Fuck no, that shit look like it's infested with anacondas. I would never swim in a river that looked like that that's surrounded by like
the swamp. I don't know.
It's not even a swamp. That's just like, it just looks sketch.
It looks like the jungle.
The realization set in. Raissa had disappeared. It was now likely somewhere in that murky water around them.
Oh no.
The news sent shockwaves throughout the community and straight away area to help find this girl, but their attempts were all futile. And with each passing moment, it grew more and more likely that Raissa had tragically drowned, with the search efforts shifting to recovery efforts the next morning. The tragedy led to various news stations arriving on the scene to help document the search, and for one reporter, Lenildo Frazão, he couldn't help but view Raissa's story as a cautionary tale. The Miriam River is particularly unassuming from the surface, which is exactly what made it so dangerous, since it carried with it an unexpectedly strong current and a bottom that was littered with sudden drop-offs, as even in shallow sections, one step could plunge you into deep water without warning.
Damn.
As a result, tragedies like this had sadly happened here before, and for Lenildo, this was the perfect time to highlight the river's dangers, in the hope of preventing one from ever happening again. And he had a unique idea to help achieve this. Rather than just explaining how dangerous the river was, Lenildo wanted to demonstrate it.
Oh,
so
hell
he
no.
began to take off his shoes and his pants before entering the water,
with
his microphone in his hand.
Why is he doing that? He's doing the very thing he's saying don't do.
O local, olha, a gente já vê que aqui a água é muito
committed.
forte, ó. E vai descendo, ó. Vixe Maria, vai descendo aqui, viu? Oh.
Okay, you went far.
The camera rolled as he waded into the river, at first going just to the depths of his knees.
No way he gets
before the
grabbed.
riverbed began to drop beneath him, sending the water all the way up to his chest.
Então, pessoal, e ainda tem a correnteza. Aqui já, olha, Ó, passinho pra frente, a água já tá praticamente...
And all while this happened, he spoke to the viewers at home about how unsafe this area could be, especially for unattended children.
You know what though? It looks crazy, but I gotta respect him. He's some people are, you know, visual learners like you. So if you see and you're like, oh, okay.
Excuse me? Nah, you're not about to just slip that in there.
Nah,
no,
but like
this is not visual learning. This is just ignorant.
But you're like, okay, but if you see this on TV, you're like, okay.
All you gotta do is say there's a current and it is deep. The girl's missing.
True.
That's probably what happened to her.
That's true, but you know, like,
you don't gotta get in there and go missing.
True,
next.
But you know, kids though, they're like, you know, they don't take it serious. They're like, oh, a current. Like,
I'm pretty sure they'll take it serious. Their little friend just went missing.
Kids is hard-headed, man.
Nah, if the little girl from their school went missing, come on.
That's true, but some people is like. Some kids try to be like their ego.
So what is him getting in gonna do? Be the next example? Is he sacrificing himself to be the next example?
I hope not. But like, if I'm seeing this,
so then what's the point of him getting in there? He's not doing nothing more than what he could just say.
I think he's gonna drop. Let's just see.
Our swimmers.
And
but
that's
even with most of his body now
want.
submerged, he wanted to take it even further in order to prove his point. And so he continued wading towards the center of the river.
Oh no!
Right in the direction of the noticeably fast.
No way he drowns.
Until suddenly.
Suicidal.
Olha, andei pouquinho aqui, ó. A água já tá acima do meu peito, pra você ver a situação. Se eu andar pouquinho aqui, deixa eu ver aqui. Ó, vou andar mais. Ó a fundura aqui, ó. Ui.
Oh, he can't. Don't tell me he can't swim. He got bit?
Lenildu physically recoiled and let out a loud yell. He stood there for a moment, anxiously glaring into the water, before telling his crew, I think there's something down here underwater.
Oh my, I bet.
Whatever he had touched in those murky depths didn't seem natural, with Lenildu describing it as being soft. And quickly, he made his way back to the shore where he further explained why he was so shaken by the ordeal, admitting that what he stepped on felt like an arm.
A mermaid? Or a siren?
This is the exact moment that many believe Raisa was found.
Oh,
as just moments later, several locals would retrace Lenildu's steps and discover the 13-year-old's body in the same exact location.
Why did I say a mermaid?
Raisa had died from an accidental drowning, as she wasn't a strong swimmer, and had likely fallen into the deep water where she was held down by the current.
That is crazy.
The exact conditions that Lenildu had been warning the viewers about when he unknowingly stepped on her corpse.
Whoa.
With the entire ordeal culminating into what can only be described as one of the darkest moments in television history.
Damn.
I don't know what's worse.
Him
stepping on her dead body or him getting washed away. I think, obviously, I guess him stepping on her, but... Oh, no. Why did he have to do that?
The only reason why I said mermaid or siren is because I thought like her body, I thought she would have been like swept away. I didn't think she would.
I think there was mud down there. You see how muddy the water is?
Oh yeah, that's
Probably
crazy
was, like,
though.
in the mud, in the current.
Oh, that sucks too. R.I.P. to her, dude. That sucks.
I know. I feel so bad. She's just a baby, but he did not have to do all that. In reality,
What happened there?
Individually, they're just like you and me. But together, they are a source of endless fascination.
And we'll conduct a rigorous scientific experiment into twin telepathy.
I hate this.
That's you.
That shit look kind of scary though when TVs look like that. Like, no, dead ass though. No, talk to me, y'all. Imagine you look. If I wake up as a little kid and I wake up, oh my, I see some bullshit like this. My nigga, I'm going straight to my parents' room. What is, like, this shit look terrifying because the quality.
That's because he adds, like, more details to make the quality look like that.
You think this is added?
Yeah.
I hope it is. I hope there ain't no kids watching. Like, he looks crazy right there.
I think it's kind of like a filter over it.
I hope so. He kind of singing that shit, though. I love it.
It was a peculiar sight. As traffic flowed through one of the UK's busiest roadways, the M6, CCTV cameras captured two women walking down the narrow median, with a vehicle speeding past them on either side. These women were Sabina and Ursula Ericson, 40-year-old identical twin sisters who grew up in Sweden, with Ursula eventually moving to the US and Sabina to Ireland. Just one day before this footage was taken, on May 16, 2008, Ursula had made the long flight to visit Sabina at her home in Dublin. But things got off to a troubling start when Sabina got into a verbal altercation with her husband and the father of her 2 kids, prompting both sisters to leave the house in the middle of the night without telling anyone. The next morning, the sisters emerged in the city of Liverpool, where they visited a police station and reported that Sabina's kids were in danger and were unsafe in her husband's care. Law enforcement briefly looked into the matter, but ultimately they didn't seem all too concerned with the children's well-being, and rather they seemed more troubled by the women themselves. Their behavior was just somewhat off, so much so that shortly after leaving the station, they were kicked off a public bus for exhibiting erratic behavior, which some passengers found threatening. And after the altercation, this erratic behavior continued, as for unknown reasons, the pair began walking towards the M6, and then eventually right onto it, where we see them now. It defied any sort of logic, and put them in an extremely dangerous position, a position where one wrong move could lead to a horrific accident. And sure enough, that's exactly what would happen, though it was anything but accidental. Without warning, both women turned and then ran directly into the road, and for Sabina, directly into a car traveling in the fast lane.
Damn!
Immediately, local police were inundated with urgent calls about the ordeal, leading to a group of officers being dispatched to the scene. And coincidentally, the same group just so happened to have a camera crew following them as part of the show Motorway Cops. The show follows traffic officers as they handle their many daily encounters, ranging from mundane traffic infractions all the way to devastating tragedies. And this segment seemed destined for the latter.
Lane 3 is obviously the fastest lane in the motorway. Anyone being hit, you're expecting serious injury, if not life-threatening.
Despite the officers fearing the worst, however, when they arrived on the scene, they were met with a surprising sight. Standing there before them was Ursula and Sabina, who despite being struck by a car at high speeds, appeared completely unharmed. In fact, both sisters were entirely calm, as they were shown casually speaking amongst themselves as if nothing ever happened.
Are they mutants?
It was a miracle. And as the officers began trying to piece together the cause of this whole ordeal, everyone at the scene began to breathe a collective sigh of relief.
What?
There was no way that any of them could have known that their roles had just been cast in one of the most disturbing television scenes of all time.
Right, what we've got is they were in the central res. They were trying to cross the Bravo, so as we approached, they hadn't seen us, Mother. The red ones got knocked down by the red car over there. I've got an ambulance en route for it.
I gotta see what the car looks like that hit him.
I'm not a doctor. She has been knocked down.
Is she the one that speaks English or the other one?
Yes.
No!
The other one, she's done.
Oh my fucking gosh.
Without a single word being
he
spoken,
tried to.
Ursula
He
dashed
tried
into
to
the middle
grab
of
her.
oncoming traffic and directly into the path of a massive truck traveling at over 60 miles per hour.
Oh my god.
Dang, he
It
risked his
happened in a
life trying to
literal
stop
instant.
her.
There was hardly any chance to react, and before anyone could even begin to process what they had just witnessed,
Look at her twin just chilling
Sabina
though.
would also run into the road, not after her sister, but rather straight into the path of an oncoming Volkswagen.
Oh.
The other one, she's gonna run.
Oh no! Mike Alpha, we need ambulance. Senior officers to the scene. We've got two possible fatals.
Damn, bro.
Damn, he didn't even finish the sentence.
Within
before
just
saying
seconds,
the two.
this completely calm scene had turned to utter chaos,
Wait,
and both women were now lying on the pavement. Miraculously, they both were still alive. Sabina was stable but knocked unconscious, while Ursula was in rough shape. Her legs had been pulverized by the truck, with paramedics describing them as looking as if they had exploded. And while she lay there on the pavement, she was wide awake and experiencing everything. Within seconds of receiving medical attention, Ursula began to cry out. But strangely, it wasn't in pain. Rather, she was yelling at the paramedics, cursing, and even attacking them for trying to help her.
Calm down. Fucking asshole. Calm down. Jesus. Mine's very aggressive, spitting
What the hell?
Shouting things like, "I recognize you. I know you're not real."
Yo,
Hit your head. Calm down. We are the police. We are the police.
It was clear that she was suffering from some sort of delusion, but while officers had their hands full trying to subdue her, things were about to get even more hectic.
How
as
can
Sabina
it get-
started to regain consciousness.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
She had been brutally struck by a car, as evidenced by the damage to the vehicle itself.
Nah, ain't gonna lie. They gotta have superpowers.
This
No,
is
that
the
has.
freeway?
Dude, look at the car.
Bro, how is that possible? think you would die instantly. How is this possible?
They gotta, you know that movie Split? How that nigga just has that super like durability. They gotta have something like that.
No, they gotta be running off adrenaline.
Cause look, okay, I was about to say that.
Their legs exploded. She's just calmly cussing them out, like.
You know what my thing is though, cause I really y'all can help me understand this. I get what adrenaline is, but is that good? Like, cause I heard the story.
It is a real thing.
I know it's a real thing, but like, you know, I heard a story about like a mom lifting like a tractor or some shit off her kid, cause like, you know, but it's just sometimes if you get your button hit, it don't matter. Cause like I'm a boxer, right? So I know it don't matter how much adrenaline it don't matter how much adrenaline you got. If you get hit in your button, you out of there. It don't matter. So I'm trying to like understand, like they got hit by, like they buttons is hit. I don't know how they like how they're
alive. I don't know.
Like they got,
but
like,
adrenaline is real.
No, I know.
Yeah. You going even if you're hella fucked
100%.
up or
I know.
100%.
I know adrenaline is real, but like my thing is like I said, as a fighter, when niggas get hit, they out. You know, you hit that button, it don't matter how much adrenaline you got. So I'm just questioning, you get hit by a car, that hit your whole button. Because
it's hitting your internal organs. It's not like a direct hit.
Oh, okay, I like that. That makes more sense, huh? Damn, but look at this car, like the dent. That's crazy force. I don't understand it.
I think the force would be worse when you fall. Like, yeah, the force from being hit by the car would fucking hurt, but I'm saying the most deadly part is the way you fall, because you could either go flying and get ran over or just roll off.
How can they even walk or move?
I don't know.
Damn.
You on me?
She also appeared almost entirely unfazed.
Like, look at
she
this,
stood
bro.
up and began to scream to her sister. They're going to steal your organ.
Oh my God.
One of the officers tried to hold her back, but Sabina resisted.
Dude, she's walking.
Are they both going through psychosis together?
Look how much strength she got still.
How did they let her?
Once again,
where's the rest of
taking
the
her
police?
into oncoming traffic.
No!
They can't let her.
Stay there.
She's running, bro. I don't.
Thankfully, this time the cars managed to avoid her, but it would take 6 officers to finally restrain her. And even with that many people, it was still a struggle, as her strength was unlike anything that they had seen in the
bro, she's...
And with Sabina now subdued, the chaos was finally over.
She gotta be.
In the following moments, Ursula was airlifted to a local
hospital.
Wait,
hear me out though. They twins, so they both got the same durability.
I'm just curious if they're human. I'm like, what's going on?
Not a human, don't do them like that. But I'm saying they twins, right? And they both got the same durability.
But that doesn't answer why they both have super strength.
Yeah, the genetics maybe. Because they twins, so they got the same durability.
I don't know what's going on.
Dude, like, I don't give a fuck about adrenaline. She got hit, and she still had the same, like...
I'm sorry, but if you get hit by a car and
you're not moving like that,
and you get back up and you get hit by another car and you get back on the freeway at that and you get back up again and then 6 cops need to hold you down and you're over here saying I'm wrong for questioning if she's human.
I don't think that's
a human could do that. I can't do that. If I go on the freeway and get hit by one car, it's over for me.
You know what? And you know what it might be though. What if she genetically, like, her adrenaline is on like a whole nother level or some shit? Maybe that's the only thing I could think of.
No. Where do they live? Because the speed limit might be just 60 on the freeway.
This is the UK.
Because if here in California, everybody going 80 or more on the freeway. If I walk out on the freeway here in California, bro, I'm splat. Like
if she was in LA and she hopped on that.
People in LA do not care about nothing. They'll probably see her and keep going.
I remember I was in LA and right when I got the Firebird, like I had to pull over because what's the name hit somebody, and while I was on the side, nigga, them cars was boom. Spook, that shit was scary. Yeah. They're terrifying.
Extensive yet successful emergency surgery.
Wait, what happened?
Sabina was shot. Chaos was finally over. In the following moments, Ursula was airlifted to a local hospital where she underwent an extensive, yet successful emergency surgery, while Sabina was shockingly found to have no injuries, which allowed her to be discharged into police custody after just 5 hours, where she was promptly arrested and sentenced to 1 day in prison for assaulting an officer, as well as trespassing on the motorway.
1 day?
And with both women now safe, one question burned at the forefront of everyone's minds.
They're not gonna help her?
Why had the Ericson twins done this?
Both of them, they're not gonna help them?
Well, the immediate theory was that this was all the result of drug use. But surprisingly, when given toxicology tests, no drugs or alcohol would be found in either of their systems.
This has to be
they were entirely sober during this ordeal, which left only one plausible theory, that this was all the result of some sort of mental breakdown, with both women somehow experiencing its effects at the same time.
I don't know, bro.
Today, this case is used as one of the most glaring examples of a psychological disorder known as folie à deux, in which one person suffering from delusions transmits said delusions onto a different person, leading to both people experiencing the same misconstrued version of reality. And while this is only a theory, it's clear that regardless of the how or why, these women were extremely mentally unwell during this event. In fact, during the TV program, an officer even mentioned that this could be a 136.
Yeah, she under arrest,
It took 5 grown men.
Which is a code that allows law enforcement to hold people on account of their mental health to assure that they're safe to return to the public. But shockingly, not only did this never happen, but Sabina was released without ever being given a mental health assessment.
Oh my god.
In fact, she was never so much as looked over by a mental health professional, and was instead released the very next day after the incident.
Bro, that's
on top of this, when she was released, she was given no information about Ursula's whereabouts or her condition, or even resources to help find her way home, leaving Sabina still mentally unwell, and now stranded in an unfamiliar city, not knowing what happened to her sister. And sadly, her delusions were far from over.
No, bro. They failed her, bro.
They did.
They failed both of them. Both of them, bro.
As she left the police station on the 19th of May, Sabina had nowhere to go, and so she began to wander, carrying her belongings in the same evidence bag that the police had given her earlier that day.
That is
Eventually, she would happen across 2 men walking their dogs, and as she stopped to pet them, Sabina asked the owners where the nearest hotel was. But seemingly recognizing that the woman wasn't well, one of the men, Glenn Hollinshed, offered to have her stay at his place.
No.
To which Sabina happily obliged. But once inside Hollinshed's home, Sabina began acting extremely paranoid, checking the windows constantly and believing that her cigarettes had been poisoned. Despite this, though, Hollinshed was patient, and he helped her make calls around the area to track down Ursula, while making sure that Sabina was eating and drinking.
My mom was saying. She has
the following day, Hollinshed was preparing dinner for Sabina when he stepped out of the house to ask his neighbor for tea. But just minutes after returning home with the bags, he would once again step out of the house, only this time, he was completely covered in blood, as he stumbled and screamed, "She stabbed me." As he collapsed to the ground, the neighbor rushed over to try and help, but the damage was already done. Hollinshed would let out one final soft whisper, saying, "Look after my dog for me."
Oh my.
His final breath.
See, bro, I gotta. That's a good fucking guy, cause I thought he was gonna be a weirdo.
Yeah, me too.
But he really genuinely took a random lady.
And was making food for her.
Bro, that is crazy, bro. No way. That is so fucked. He deserved that.
Like maybe she reminded him of somebody.
That's really so sad. That's so sad, bro. He was real for that.
Look after my dog.
Nobody does, bro. You see somebody.
My thing is, why would they let her out?
What's up with the UK on
bro,
we've been watching. Yeah, it's either videos. It's either the sentencing. Can I talk? It's too light, or that
there's barely nothing at all.
They don't get help after when they get out either. That's crazy. Cause remember that video we was reacting to, and then the guy was crazy. He was driving.
Yeah.
And he was hitting shit. Then he got out and he got another car. But when he was in there, really tried to light something on fire. And they still, bro, I don't know what the UK doing.
It's just crazy, bro.
You can basically do whatever you want in the UK, and they'll give you a few years.
I mean, these videos are kind of old, so I hope it got better since then, but I'm not seeing nothing.
If you're from the UK, how is it now? Because, yeah, this ain't good, dude. I feel bad for this guy.
Right?
For unknown reasons, in that house, Sabina had stabbed Glenn Hollinshed. And by the time law enforcement arrived, she was long gone, having fled the house with a hammer in her hand, which she used to strike her head repeatedly as she mumbled incoherently and walked down the sidewalk.
No!
Eventually, a man passing by tried to intervene, but Sabina immediately attacked, brandishing a roof tile that she had hidden in her pocket and using it to strike him on the head, nearly knocking him unconscious.
What the fuck?
It would take several minutes for police to finally catch up with her, but just like the day prior, she took off, leading to a chase that ended with Sabina being surrounded on a 40-foot tall bridge that passed over
she
a
jumped
highway.
off.
And recognizing that there was nowhere left for her to go, she jumped.
Why would they let her out?
Sabina would cheat death once again, and despite suffering 2 broken ankles and a skull fracture,
she lived.
She was alive.
There's
and after
no
a lengthy recovery,
way.
she was put on trial for the murder of Glenn Hollinshed, where she would never give a single comment as to why she did what she did, leaving her motive a total mystery to this day. Though it seems clear that it was at least partially a result of her delusions, with the defense pointing to Folie à Deux as a potential explanation. And in the end, it was deemed that Sabina was not mentally fit to make decisions at the time of the slaying. And ultimately, she was given a prison sentence of just 5 years. This is truly one of the most disturbing TV cases of all time. And for as shocking as it is on its own, what I find most chilling is the fact that these officers mentioned holding her for psychiatric evaluation, which ultimately never happened.
Do you under arrest at the moment? Well, 136 if she is.
It was a massive oversight. In fact, it was so glaring that the police department allegedly contacted the show and asked them to remove this entire section. As if they had just followed through with that code 136, Sabina would have been held for longer than just one night, which meant that she not only may have been given the help she needed, but she also never would have had the chance to meet Glenn Hollinshed that fateful day.
That is crazy.
Since her release from prison in 2011, Sabina promptly disappeared from the public eye, and neither she nor Ursula has ever been heard from again. Meaning we have no idea whatever happened to the Ericson twins.
Bro, that pissed me off, bro. They couldn't help them, bro. I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I don't understand that, dude.
Why did they take one twin and not the other? Well, I'm pretty sure Ursula was in the hospital.
Yeah, her legs was
from her legs.
Yeah, so she can leave if she wanted to.
Yeah, but
they just let her.
That whole
could have been avoided. They're low key responsible for his death. Low key.
It just shows like
high key
how negligent they can be to like mental health. People always look over mental health like they think it's not a real illness because there's no physical symptoms, but mental health could literally be one of the worst illnesses there is a mental health disorder because you're not even in control of your own thoughts.
So how do you just write that up to like, you do the whole police report, who's in charge of just letting her go? Like you reading the whole police report, seeing, okay, 5 grown men, she ran into the road twice. Okay, really?
Got hit by a car twice.
Yeah, let's just let her go.
And had 6 men tackle her while shouting crazy things. And you're gonna think,
yeah, let's just let her go.
Yeah, just give her a day, slap on the wrist.
Yeah, give her a bag too. She'll be alright. Fuck, you're crazy, dude.
Now she done went on to hurt somebody. I hope her kids were okay though. Like, oof.
Oh my god, that's a bad story, dude.
That is very
and
bad.
they just disappeared.
That makes me glad my mom never did nothing like that. Because she would say stuff like how they were saying. But luckily she's never like, she would say like, they're poisoning me, this, that.
Cause she was actually about like damn, that shit's scary, dude.
That's horrible. I feel so bad for everyone involved besides the police.
I know, right?
Decisions at the same times. They're thinking in the same way.
Cowgirls. Oh, I thought that was Cowboys. What is this, America's Got Talent?
It's December 2021. A couple receives a warm welcome as they walk onto the stage, ready to compete in the Croatian television show Super Talent, the country's version of America's Got Talent. But it's clear this excitement from the crowd wasn't shared by the show's host, who turned to someone standing behind the camera and flashed the unmistakable look of concern.
He's seen some shit.
In the minutes prior, the audience at home was introduced to the pair, 34-year-old singer Roman Bernata, and his wife, 44-year-old violinist Bianca Kolompar, along with their child, who would be watching on as the two shared their musical talents with the world. In their day-to-day lives, Roman was a professional goalkeeper for a local soccer team, while Bianca was a professional violinist with a doctorate in music. And while on paper this all seems fairly normal, it was immediately clear to those watching that this couple was anything but. The two frequently went on long-winded and bizarre rants, with Bianca opening up about her breast enlargement surgery.
What?
And the two discussing at length their belief in a living God who walked the earth.
Oh, hell no.
But it was their performance itself that proved to be the strangest part of their time on the show.
Bad for the kid.
Dobro večer.
Vi se mene ne sjećate, jel da?
Ja?
Ne. Prije puno godina.
Aha, ja se nas sjećam kad sam snimala
škola, jel ide Hardware, ide? Je, ja se ispričavam, ali stvarno moram vas to pitati.
Roman's introduction was fairly uncomfortable, as he made mention of a time that he had met one of the judges years before, who clearly had no recollection of the encounter, which seemed to frustrate him, as his demeanor quickly became hostile.
Ko je vaš talent? S čim ste se došli
Ja nemam nikakav talent.
Pa šta ste onda došli?
Radit.
Ali potpuno nebitno, emisija se zove Super talent, kolegica...
Give him the X.
Alo, polako.
I know, I hate when people come on stage and give them an attitude.
Leading to Roman receiving his first X before he even sang a single note.
Like, bro, what?
Kolegica pitala koji je vaš talent, a naša emisija se zove Super talent, a vi tvrdite da nemate talent, onda vas ja pitam pošto ste
Yeah, like, why are you here? That ain't good enough. I'm with her.
It was a rough start for the couple, and by the time they did get to perform, things only got worse.
Nigga making out with the mic.
And so I face the final curtain.
Hearing the X's is just hella funny.
And they weren't that bad.
Admittedly, the couple didn't sound awful, but it was clear the judges were frustrated by Roman's demeanor,
That don't even
prompting
matter.
all four of them to hit their X, signaling the end of the couple's performance. Or at least they
They were
thought.
mad at his attitude at the beginning.
They're just weird.
Her face! She's like, why is he still going?
I've loved and cried.
As the two just kept on performing, playing over the sounds of the judges shouting their name and the deafening silence from the crowd.
I'd have been like, security?
With the two going until the producer finally had to step in from behind the camera
He's still
and officially
going.
cut them off. But even then, the couple continued their antics, this time by protesting the judge's decision, with Bianca even threatening to go to the newspaper and expose their behavior to the press, all while Roman stood angrily to the side, glaring at the panel before him.
Look at him.
And with that, Roman and Bianca's time on Super Talent was over, and they not only walked away without receiving the grand prize, but they also left with shattered reputations, as this segment became notorious among fans of Super Talent, with the couple being considered one of the most unusual acts to ever feature on the show.
Yeah.
But despite its virality, this performance isn't what Roman is most widely remembered for today.
Did you pull out a gun? Oh, what the fuck?
On February 6th, 2022, residents in Rijeka, Croatia were met with the sight of a fully nude man wandering the city streets. It was Roman Bernata.
He a pedo. Put him on the list.
Wait, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. Bathroom break for Ollie. He tripping, bro.
Yeah.
While most stared on in
What's
amusement,
going
laughing to
on?
themselves and snapping photos, what they were witnessing was actually one of the most disturbing events the city had ever seen.
What the hell?
After his disastrous performance just 1 year prior, Roman continued to pursue a career in singing, taking every opportunity he could to share his music with the world, often joining Bianca on her YouTube channel and singing on the streets for tips, where he actually made a decent amount of money. Though because of his notorious television moment, he would often be harassed and even have the money he earned stolen from him.
Damn.
One day, while performing outside of a local soup kitchen, he was introduced to a woman named Darnika Krevich, a 67-year-old who relied on the soup kitchen for consistent meals. And after hearing Roman sing, she became a legitimate fan of his music, leading to the two striking up a friendship. And despite Darnika not having much, she offered to take Roman to a local coffee shop on February 6th, 2022, where she treated him to a warm cup of tea on a cold winter day. And so the two sat inside a restaurant called the Café Pin, with everything seeming completely normal, until a server noticed that Roman started to look almost sickly, like he could barely keep himself upright, as his body was starting to slump over the table, his eyes barely open. The server rushed over to help, but Roman recoiled and shouted, "Just try calling the police on me." And so, not wanting to escalate things, the server left, only returning later to drop off their check. Which is when Roman's behavior took an even more drastic turn.
Oh no.
He began feeling around his pants pocket for his wallet, before looking desperately around the table, but there was no sign of it. And so he grabbed Darnika's bag and rifled through it, before yelling, "You snake, you whore, where's my wallet?" Though when he still couldn't find it in Darnika's bag, his anger turned to violence as he stood up and rushed Darnika, grabbing her by the head and shaking her, screaming in her face, accusing her of being a thief. This time, multiple people inside the cafe rushed over to hold him back, but Roman was too strong, too angry, and with seemingly no effort at all, he pushed everyone away, completely unfazed by their attempts. In that moment, no one could have stopped Roman. Darnika was entirely helpless, and so the crowd inside the cafe watched as Roman grabbed her by the neck and dragged her behind the bar, and then proceeded to kick, then stomp, and then jump directly on her over and over again, each time landing on her head.
Bro, come on, bro. I don't give a fuck how strong this nigga. Y'all, bro, time out. Let me show y'all something. Y'all couldn't glass him? Look how much silver, like.
Look, the bottles. Y'all can't smack him with the bottle, the knife in the back.
I promise you. You hit that nigga in the back of the head with a big bottle of vodka. He out of there.
With the chair, something. There's a lot of you guys band together. Put your brains together. Bro. The bystander effect is so real.
That shit is ass. Like, I get it. Like, you know, people be freezing up when shit happening, but like, this is somebody's life. It's life or death. He's stumping. You see a grown ass man stumping on the lady like that?
Like, if you're tiny and skinny and helpless, okay. But the men, like, y'all gotta band. There's too many of y'all gotta band together.
Too many. That's crazy. I mean, even
what?
It's just. Oh my
There's gotta be something, a hot pot, something.
Something, bro. Where the cooks at?
Over again.
That's what I'm
each
saying.
Time landing on her head.
Oh my god.
It was a rage so demented that he actually began to smile.
Why is it always the people trying to help people?
As he jumped and chanted.
That's why you can't help everyone.
Die.
What?
After what felt like an eternity, Roman stopped, before sprinting out of the restaurant, leaving Darnika entirely unrecognizable and dead on the floor. The same floor where just feet away, Roman's wallet lay, having innocently fallen out of his pocket shortly before.
Wow.
Outside, Roman removed his blood-soaked clothes and walked completely naked into the city center, much to the amusement of the passerbys who had no idea what he had just done, until eventually he made his way into a nearby police station and blankly stated, "I am not well."
Oh my gosh.
This sentiment was true.
You knew that before you stumped the lady out, nigga.
Roman hadn't been well for quite a long time.
Right?
Since a young age, it's believed he had dealt with undiagnosed schizophrenia that had led to uncontrollable anger issues, before developing an alcohol and substance abuse problem that only exacerbated his symptoms. And by the time he was an adult, Roman became so delusional that he believed he was a disciple sent from God to touch the world with his music, something that he eventually convinced Bianca of as well. So in their Super Talent episode, when Bianca mentioned their love for a living God that walked the earth, she was likely referencing Roman.
Osjetim, stvarno imam taj kontakt sa živim Bogom I mislim da je Bog
svugdje oko
nas, da je Bog osoba, energija, istovremeno, da.
Roman was severely unwell, and no one in his life was keeping him in check. In fact, those closest with him were only feeding his delusions, with all of his issues coming to a head on the day of the incident. And when he realized his wallet was gone, Roman rushed to assume that Darnika was the one who robbed him, perhaps as a result of having his money stolen frequently on the streets. But the sad reality was, in a sea of people trying to exploit and mock Roman, Darnika was one of the few who actually truly cared about him and legitimately believed in his talents. And yet, he killed her in one of the most evil ways imaginable, all over a simple misunderstanding that was entirely his fault. In the end, Roman Bernardo was deemed unfit to stand trial and was never sentenced to serve any jail time, instead being given a 40-year sentence in a mental health facility, where he's since been described as a model patient, with his good behavior awarding him the opportunity to leave the facility for days at a time for therapeutic purposes.
40 years there is what those twins needed.
That's what I was thinking too.
From the start. I don't know.
Fuck.
40 years.
You think he should even like?
No. I think
he shouldn't even be like
I'm gonna be honest, like
They tried.
Just like the twin, when they released her, they should have put her in that first. Right? And then release her for years.
Yeah.
And then release her when she's good.
Yeah. The difference.
But the fact that she killed somebody, okay, even though you have mental illness, you still ended somebody's life. So while you're in the treatment or whatever, you still have to go to jail and serve your time.
Yeah, I feel like he shouldn't.
Like, maybe you could combine the treatment and the jail time, but
he should never be free.
You should be in jail, basically.
He should never be free. I get it. It was mental health, but
you are a threat to society.
You are a
because
threat.
You're, I don't know, but you're just a threat. Like,
the shit that he did was wild.
Yeah, the girl too, when she stabbed the guy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them
need to be in jail, cause.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
But he's stepping on her head, like, damn, that's just fucked. That's just a different level of like, yeah, it was fucked because she stabbed him, but the fact that
hers was a little like she was probably paranoid because the voices.
Listen. The fact that he just started stumping on her head until she was unrecognizable, that's hard to do.
Not only that, but shouting, die, witch, die, like... And you know what you just did, too, because you just walked in the police station afterwards.
Yeah, said I'm not well.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much is it really? Because you knew you wasn't well, and that's what it took? I mean, it's crazy, but like, I don't know, that's fucked.
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah. Man can only watch and be humble.
There's nothing out there, it's your imagination.
They had a kid too though, so like was the kid, he might have a terrible child. Like he probably grew up thinking his dad was a god.
He probably believed it a little bit, but as he got older, probably not.
Of course, as he got older, but like,
because you gotta think, I grew up with my mom telling me things too, and I kind of believed it a little bit as a kid. But as I got older, I clearly realized something was wrong with her. And I'm talking about not even that old. Like, I'm talking about 8 years old, 9 years old.
Nah, but it's different for him because you got your mom saying your dad a god too. So you like, oh, I guess the nigga is God. That's crazy.
Nah, I think he would realize. Because you gotta think he go to school, talks to people at school.
Not about that stuff.
Nah, at a certain age, you get more closer to your peers than your parents. I feel like he would know.
Bro, I get it, but...
But it probably was, like, weird for him.
You know how much weight, though? No, but do you know how much weight your parents' words got over you? So if you got your mom constantly saying that your dad is a god, and your dad saying he a god, too, you're not gonna be like, you lying. You're gonna be like, oh, I guess so. That's what they say.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying as he gets older, he probably understood. Like, not even that much older. Like, probably like maybe 10 or 11. He's probably like, okay.
10 or 11? I don't believe that because you know how cults be, though. And we be like, they grown ass adults. How they brainwashed? You still brainwashed at that age.
But cults don't be putting their kids in school and stuff. They're kind of like a regular family, too, I guess.
You think they really got him in school? I don't know. They might have.
They have to. It's illegal not to.
No, I said homeschool. The homeschool.
Oh, homeschool. Oh, yeah. If he's homeschooled, then definitely.
I'm pretty sure. They not
gonna
put him.
If he's not homeschooled, I think he would grow out of it. But if he's homeschooled, nah.
I don't think they'll put him in some public school.
I don't know.
What? The teachers will be like, wait, you said, huh? Oh, your dad is a god. Let's call somebody.
Who knows?
Let's get him out that house. Fuck no. Hell no, dude.
It was the start of yet another adventure for the crew of the television show Gardener's World. This British program has been on the air since the 1960s and provides viewers with tips on how to maintain their garden while showing off a variety of unique plant life, which often brought them to remote areas of the globe.
Garden World.
This particular episode was filmed on February 5th, 2020 in the Drakensberg mountain range of Lesotho, Africa, with the host, Nick Bailey, making the long journey to track down one specific flower.
One species which grows wild all over the country and has been a real favourite with British gardeners for generations is the gladiolus.
This delicate flower would have been familiar with many of the show's viewers, as it was quite popular in the UK. But in this region, there existed a unique species that had only been seen a handful of times in the last century, since it only grew in one particular valley in this one particular mountain range. Its scientific name is the Gladiolus microcarpus, and there were two people who knew it better than anyone else. Rod and Rachel Saunders were well-renowned botanists who studied the world of South African flowers in depth, with their favorite being the gladioli, as they would spend days and even months on end roaming areas just like this to learn everything they could about them, making them the perfect duo to help with the show.
Why gladioli? There's so many different plant species in South Africa you could have picked.
I think their beauty. Some of them are so exquisitely beautiful, you actually just want to sit down and cry when you see them.
But even with their vast knowledge of this region, there was always an element of danger when traversing it. Its climate is often volatile, and conditions are known to turn on a dime, making safely navigating this area extremely difficult to downright impossible. This was apparent even on the day of filming as a dense fog had rolled in, and given the steep and rocky landscape, one wrong step could spell disaster. This didn't stop the crew from carrying onward though, as Rod and Rachel were relentless in their pursuit. They would do anything to find these flowers, and sure enough, the segment ended as they did exactly that.
You know what?
Wait, but that's so pretty out there though.
You know what's going through my mind?
What?
Like, what is that? Is it just a regular flower? Like, what does it do? Because you know how, like, they just said, like, it's only been seen a handful of times. Imagine how many plants out there that does something, right? Like, for your, like, health. Like, it cure something. For an example, like the movie, Anaconda, they I think.
I thought you were gonna say Tangled, because the flower made her hair
I guess
magic.
I guess you could use that too. But I don't know if y'all seen Anaconda, but I think in the movie, the flower cures cancer, I think, or it cures something like that. But the thing is, it's a lot of anacondas, so they like risking their life for it. So I'm like, damn, it's plants out there that we don't even know it exists.
Or in Here's a Hoop.
Huh?
Or in Here's a Hoop.
Who's on both?
Have you ever watched Or in Here's a Hoop?
Okay. What I'm basically trying to say is
they're living on the little flower.
Okay. But what I'm basically trying to say is it's probably plants out there that really do something to us. We don't even know.
There's a plant and it blooms like every 3 years or 1 year or something like that. And when it blooms, a lot of people will gather up to watch it bloom. And there's one in SF.
Oh, where?
And when it blooms, people gather to watch it because when it blooms, it smells like rotten flesh.
Why would they? Okay.
And yeah, people actually like.
You want to go?
It's fucking trippy, so they go.
You want to go do that?
No, it looks like a rotten corpse and it smells like rotten flesh. It's crazy. I don't know.
I
never want to see it though.
No, I'm kind of interested.
Nasty.
I'm kind of interested. You got me intrigued.
No, but good things, I don't know. I know a lot of plants are good for you.
Oh yeah, of course, because we take a lot of like stuff like that. But I mean like good for you as in like
saffron maybe.
Shit
but it's not rare.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean like shit that could change your whole life.
Like finding a magical flower, like the flower of youth or something.
Yeah, not even that magical, but like imagine a plant that cures, like AIDS or some shit. I don't know.
They say like soursop like cures cancer.
Oh yeah, they do say that too, huh? We gotta get some. We gotta get some of that. Cause that shit, I heard that shit's good too, though. Like it tastes good. We had some.
You never drank it? That's
I thought we had some.
Say.
Yeah, we had some.
I'll buy the drinks for you.
Yeah, I forgot.
About 4 times looking for this plant, and this is the best I've ever seen it. It is looking absolutely gorgeous.
With that, Rod and Rachel's time on Gardener's World was over, but their journey through this area certainly wasn't. As the cameras cut, the crew made their way back to their makeshift base camp miles away, where they said their goodbyes, with Nick Bailey capturing a photo with a beloved couple and sharing it onto Twitter before parting ways, leaving the couple behind. As rather than returning to their home in Cape Town, this was actually just the start of what would be a multi-month expedition into this region, with the Ngoi Forest Reserve being their final destination. Along with being botanists, the couple were also avid seed collectors, and had started a business which shipped the seeds they had found to other plant lovers around the world. And while here, they made it their mission to find some of these ultra-rare gladioli seeds. And sure enough, on February 8th, 2020, Rod and Rachel sent a text to one of their employees at the seed mailing business, which contained a photo of the exact flower they were looking for. But despite this text seeming like a sign of more good things to come, the reality was far more bleak, as this text would ultimately be the last the couple would ever send.
Oh no.
Out of nowhere, communication with Rod and Rachel had stopped entirely, And for days, no one heard anything from the duo, prompting that same employee they had sent the image to report them as missing on the 10th of February. It was a devastating turn of events, but one that was always a possibility. Poor weather, a wrong turn, an injury, anything could have derailed their expedition, as again, this area was notoriously dangerous, with it seeming all but certain that they had fallen victim to the unpredictable fury of Mother Nature, though this belief would quickly shift, thanks to the discovery of the couple's car. It was found by authorities abandoned by the edge of the Tugela River, and had been emptied of virtually everything inside.
Damn.
However, there was something left behind. As in the trunk, authorities would find a massive pool of blood that belonged to Rachel. Just days after filming, Rod and Rachel were making their way towards the Nagoy Forest Reserve, growing more and more excited by the discoveries they were making, oblivious to the fact that in the woods around them, they were being watched, hunted, and not by an animal, but rather by a man.
No.
His name was Saifundin Aslam Delvicio, a local of the area that the couple was traversing. And on February 9th, he allegedly sent a text to his wife, Bibi Patel, telling her that he had found a good target, and that he was now in pursuit, with said target being Rod and Rachel.
Why? They look so sweet.
Later that night, the couple made their camp and began to drift off in their tent, while Delvicio allegedly watched on. And once he was certain that they had fallen asleep,
I can't even
he made his move,
being them,
approaching the tent, then tearing it open, and then standing above the couple.
He's a fucking
In the following moments, Rod and Rachel would be brutally bludgeoned to death before they could even react, as they lay helplessly, still inside their sleeping bags.
Nah, that nigga, wait a minute, time out. That nigga, he a whole coward. I hope they beat the shit out of him in prison. He talking about a good hunt, but you go to kill old people while they sleep.
Like what?
I got money on the old man beating his ass. He waited until they was asleep. He talking about good hunts. You gonna wait till they sleeping?
This just made me mad, bro. This is how I always feel at the end of his videos. Like, I just get pissed because why does he save the worst one for last? Because they literally were just an old couple who loved flowers and dedicate their life to roaming fields and looking for flowers, and you're telling me you're gonna murder them in their sleep?
He talking about a good hunt.
What the fuck? They didn't even do anything to deserve that, man.
And he was following them, bro. This nigga's sorry.
Text messages indicate that Delvicio then enlisted the help of his wife Bibi, as well as his friend Musa Jackson, to help discard the bodies, using the couple's own car to transport them to the one place they were certain they would never be found.
Why is he texting his wife all of this? Like, girl, what are you doing?
River, as there was something about this stretch of water that they believed would make these bodies impossible to find.
Oh my,
crocodiles.
That's real croc.
So they pulled up to the banks of the river as the crocodiles quietly watched on from a distance
and
dumped the bodies of Rod and Rachel into the water, where they were immediately devoured.
Oh my god, this is fucking crazy.
They thought it was the perfect plan. However, it thankfully failed to work as well as they had hoped, as in the following weeks, fishermen would happen upon both of the corpses, or at least what remained of them, as they were in such bad shape that it would take nearly 2 full months for them to be identified.
Bro,
As for why this attack happened, we still don't fully know, as the trial is still ongoing, with Delvicio proclaiming his innocence, which is why everything is alleged at the moment, but the evidence is damning. Messages on Delvicio's phone paint a clear picture that he was responsible for this, with his motive appearing to be religious differences between him and the Saunders, as well as money, as after the slayings, large sums of money were withdrawn from the couple's bank accounts, along with lavish purchases being made on their credit cards, with one of the receipts from the shopping spree being found inside of Bibi's purse. The evidence is almost impossible to deny, but while we wait for justice to be served, it's important to refocus on those who won't be here to see it happen.
That's so sad, bruh.
Rod and Rachel truly did nothing wrong. They were two incredibly wholesome people who were just trying to find and connect with the flower that they loved so dearly. And while their interview days before their death is an undeniably dark television moment,
oh my God,
it also serves as an incredible tribute, as one of the last things they ever did in their lives was share their love and passion for gladioli with the world. The flower that they ultimately gave their lives to find.
Doing what they want, but they did not have to go out like that.
Incredible treat to see such a special plant in such a niche environment. Thank you.
This made me. I want to hurt that nigga, bro.
I literally hate people.
Bro, so dead ass on some real shit though. No, like dead ass. And I'm 100% serious. If somebody if a nigga ever took my grandparents out like that, I would deadass. It's YouTube. But I would turn into John Wick. I'm not gonna lie. I would hunt him. I know. Like how I think violence isn't the key to things. Like you can solve things, talking stuff out. But I don't know how I would try to. I would deadass kill this nigga. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Yo, that shit.
Yeah, like I don't think an eye for an eye is always the right answer, but sometimes it is. You like do what you need to do because you're on that right at that point.
Bro, you gotta get that nigga.
Like I'm like, even if somebody took out, like if I had a kid and somebody took them. Yeah, I'm coming for you.
You took out both my grandparents like that. That's tough. Cause
to do that is a lot of the things people did in this video was just evilness, honestly. Like just pure evil. Like there's not really a reason for doing something so dark and evil.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Besides you just got that in you.
Fuck, man. And
That's crazy.
And he was watching, like, I don't understand it. I don't understand. That's crazy, dude.
I really don't either.
Wait, let me say, did they see?
He could see their car, so if he's just driving by and he sees their car.
He didn't say, did he say his sentencing?
Huh?
Did Nick say his sentencing?
He said that he's still on trial right now. Like it's still ongoing.
Like to this day?
Yeah.
Oh, man, get the out of here.
Well, when did this happen?
Damn.
We don't know when this happened.
Nick usually gives us like curtain shit and like what really happened. So I guess I don't know. That's crazy, dude. He gonna get his though. He gonna get his. That's crazy though. Damn. Fuck, man. Hey, the end of his videos be tough, bro.
Bro, I hated.
This shit be tough, bro. I hated that one too.
I hated this whole video.
I did, but that one was the dagger.
That was the fucking.
That shit was the dagger.
That was the worst because
they just owe people.
They
bro,
didn't
doing
do
what they
shit
love.
to you. They didn't even know you. They never seen you before.
They just love flowers.
Like,
bro,
the last one was bad too because the girl was like the only one trying to help you.
Yeah, that too.
But like this was just like so unfucking called for and unprovoked. Like they're literally just enjoying their flowers. Like
the nigga couldn't go make his own money. Like he couldn't.
Like you could. Damn, that's so sad. Like you could literally make the world like your peace. Like they made peace with the world. Like they found peace roaming those pretty fields, the waterfalls, looking for special flowers.
That's what makes me
together.
That's like the
making
worst.
Money like that.
That's
looking
like the
for
worst
flowers,
part.
Collecting seeds. Like that shit sounds like a fairy tale dream for me. So to see them like live out that fairy tale life and like that just happens to them, I'm just like, damn. Like you really can't escape evil people.
You can't. Why
like,
you think?
Just, like,
that's why I'm always so like. It's a lot of weird. Like you can't live your life in fear, of course. But that's always why I'm so like paranoid. Like when I go places and shit, I'm on my P's and Q's making sure shit is right. Like I be telling you, always have that blade on you, and I'll be trying to get you to get.
But look how old they were.
No, I know.
Like, they've probably been camping and doing all this stuff.
Yeah, right.
They probably were never expect nothing like that to
happen. Hell no. But that's
especially
what I'm saying.
Wherever they are, it looks like there's probably not really crime and stuff like going on
right.
like that.
But like it's crazy that in this day and age we see all the shit that's going on. So like that shit makes me like it makes me so paranoid. Like times where I think I ain't gotta be doing all this. I'll be like, yo, like what if something like happened? I gotta be ready for that shit.
Yeah.
Man, this shit fuck, dude. Hell no. Fuck that shit. Damn, bro. Why this look? Nick, bro, why you do this to us, bro? Why you do this?
That just messed with my head. I can't even. That really just made me so sad.
It did, bro.
Like all of it, the whole video.
I know.
Like,
this, was
the man
this
that tried to help the girl,
ones?
the girl that tried to help the man, and then the couple. Like.
Nah, this is one of your worst.
It needs to end here.
Like, nah. Nick doing his thing though. Nick doing his thing. He doing his thing.
I like.
Hey. This content ain't for everybody. But you gotta take it. You know what I mean? If you gonna watch it, you gotta take it.
Oh, I took it, but I just don't understand. Like that was just so like
fucked up. Like all these stories is like why?
Nah, this is the worst though. Like this definitely is.
Yeah, this is the worst video we watched in a minute.
Nah, this is the worst. Like I don't see it getting no worse than that.
Hey, don't test Nick, man. He can find some shit. He can find some.
No, yeah, you're right. Because when they filmed that girl.
What girl?
When they filmed that girl, after she jumped.
Oh, yeah.
And then blamed the family. Went to the family and told them that she jumped.
See,
before the police got there.
We gotta start.
Them.
We gotta start.
It's crazy.
We gotta start watching Nick videos in the daytime. Cause like I could go outside. I could go outside after this and get some sun and get that energy back. But it's nighttime. I was just thinking that
too. Like, how am I gonna go to sleep after that?
It's night, like, so I gotta do 10,000 push-ups or some shit.
No, I'm finna watch BoJack or something. I'm finna watch Adventure Time. I can't, like, I can't go to sleep on a note like that. That's too much. I'll literally have a dream that, like, I'm in their place and that happens to me. Like, I be having nightmares like
and
that.
And you gonna wake me up too. You know, bro, I will. She have a nightmare and she'll wake me up. And mind you, sometimes, like, I'm like, she wake me up, I'm half asleep. So she describing a nightmare and that shit, I'm like, most of the time I'm like, what the fuck? But I remember one nightmare she described to me. That shit spooked the fuck out of me. I'm mad, like, why are you telling me this, bro? What'd you say? Was it about your grandpa or something?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. It was about my grandma.
Scary
but it was so scary.
Oh, bro, nigga,
I woke up crying. I woke up crying. No, don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
I woke up crying. I literally woke up crying and I told him and he was like,
that shit gave me chills, nigga.
What the fuck? And I was like,
don't do that again.
I was like, no, sorry.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
No, bro. But I woke up crying. Like, imagine how scared I was. Like,
I know, but like, bro, I'm
that shit scared me so bad, though.
Mind you, though, she didn't even. I just was like, she didn't know that.
That nightmare scared the fuck out of me. I wish I could forget about that.
She didn't know that. I like that shit. Fuck with me, but I was just like, what the fuck?
No, I did tell.
But I
did tell because you were just like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck?
And then
I was like,
closing my eyes back.
Can you help me feel safe? Like,
I'm like, can you, like, what the fuck is that? Can you help me feel safe?
Bruh. No, yeah, but it's only because I'm a vivid dreamer that, like, my shit be like,
hell no.
I feel like my brain knows not a lot of things could really get to me, so it just be making them extra spooky. This, no. I'm gonna eat something or drink something and watch some cartoons.
Right? Hell no.
Cause this, nah.
This shit got me heated still. I want to fight something.
I need to figure out, like.
But look, I wonder how y'all feel about this video. Let us know in the comments. Let us know how this made y'all feel. Y'all just like us? Or y'all like, you know, it wasn't that. Oh no, this was bad. If you say this wasn't that bad, I ain't gonna lie.
You're crazy.
You're crazy, motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
This was horrible.
It's horrible. But look, we're gonna be posting on the gaming channel soon. So, like, you know, if you're interested in that soon, we gonna get to it. Damn it, Nick. I can't even think straight. But look, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. We catch you on the next video.